Now convicted rapist and killer Njabulo Ndlovu will learn his fate today. Ndlovu confessed to sexually assaulting and killing 3 members of the Ndlela family at their home last month. The Pietermaritzburg High Court is expected to hand down sentence today. Our reporter Manqoba Mchunu is there for us this morning and joins us live. Good morning, Manqoba. What are we expecting in court today?
Well, today we're basically expecting for that sentence to be handed down, and this is after Njabulo Ndlovu had pleaded guilty to all 3 charges that is facing of murder as well as rape. You recall that, of course, is accused of raping 7-year-old Ndlela, her mother, Ndlela, as well as her grandmother, who was 65 years old, Ndlela. And this has all happened on the 27th of June. At their home in Sobantu, and the allegations are that he had strangled those 3 victims, and after that he had also raped one of them. He did confess last time in court. In fact, during his plea statement in court, he did admit to strangling firstly the grandmother, 65-year-old Ndlela, saying that she had come to the bedroom where he was sleeping with her daughter Simangele, and that's when she had brandished a knife trying perhaps to stab him, and that's where he says that's when a scuffle then ensued in that bedroom, and he ultimately took the knife from her. He strangled her until she foamed in the mouth, and also he detailed how he then stabbed her after that event. But he also went on to say when the daughter then woke up, that's the 47-year-old daughter, he had also done the same to her. He strangled her, and then after that, that's when the grandchild had walked into the room, and he really went into detail as to how he had then raped the granddaughter repeatedly and also strangled her to death. And those details, of course, were quite upsetting for some of the family members that were there in court. In fact, at some point, I remember one of the family members even tried to get up and attack Ndlovu on the stand, but he was subdued by other family members. So that's when we got to the mitigating arguments for sentencing, and that's where his lawyers then presented their side of the arguments, saying that Ndlovu had not fled the scene and that Ndlovu had pleaded guilty to the charges, so he should be considered for a lighter sentence in this particular matter. But of course the state is saying otherwise. They are calling for the harshest sentence. In fact, the prosecutor fell short of saying that she would ask for a death sentence if it was still applicable in law in South Africa, saying that what he had done shows that he is a violent man with a history of violence and that he simply cannot go back to society. So we are expecting, of course, those arguments to continue and sentence to hand it down. The reason why it was postponed the last time, Fundo, was for both the parties, the state and the defense, to prepare arguments for a known parole sentence, which means that if he does get a life sentence, that life sentence would not carry with it parole. So those arguments are the arguments that we're expecting to hear this morning, and of course after that, that's when we're expecting that judgment to be handed down.
All right, Manqoba, we'll leave it there for now. Thank you very much for that update. That's a reporter, Manqoba Mchunu. More news and updates on the other side. Do stay with us.